Live from Fox 35 News, you're watching Good Day Orlando.
Welcome everyone to Fox 35 News at 4 a.m. Happy Friday out there. I'm Stephanie Rivas, and here are the top stories we're following for you today. Millions of Americans are preparing right now for a potentially historic winter storm. Stretching from New Mexico all the way to New York, this system is expected to bring heavy snow and ice, causing major travel delays and possible outages. We're monitoring the local impacts for you. Plus, imagine being told you have 3 days to pack up your things and get out of your house. That's the reality for multiple families in Altamont Springs facing potential eviction. Fox 35 investigates. And could all Florida students be required to wear a uniform? One candidate for Florida governor is pushing for that very change, why he believes it would have a positive impact. Again, it is 4 a.m. right now, and we are talking all things the winter storm on the way.
Yes, this is going to be something we talk about really for probably, I'm guessing, the next week with just the level of impacts, because it's not only the wintry weather, but it's also the cold that follows and the power outages. So it's going to be a multi-day event, and it's going to be quite significant for the Southeast. So Florida is one of the few that are not included when it comes to impacts from this particular system. So we're going to be seeing indirect impacts. I'll talk about what exactly that means here in a moment. But here's a live view of Lake Fairview, which does show that we can see things are nice and dry, quite calm out there. So not seeing any sort of issues as far as fog goes, or really any rain either. We're checking in at 59 degrees right now at Lake Fairview. We have just light winds out there. And again, we could see some areas of patchy fog. Haven't seen a ton just yet. Really, the only areas I've seen it has been near the coast when looking at some of our cameras, so that'll be something we continue to monitor. But we'll see temperatures go from around 58 degrees by 5 a.m. to 59 by 7 to 64 by 9 o'clock. We're going to be seeing a big warm up today. If you are a fan of the warmer weather, we have a really nice looking forecast for you as we head to the weekend, but it won't stick around for forever. It does have an end. So coming up, I'll talk more on how warm we get, how long it will last, and plus the latest on that winter storm that's going to be taking shape across the Southeast. That's coming up here in just a little bit. Stephanie?
Thank you, Jess. Happening now, preparations are being made in over a dozen states ahead of that major winter storm. States to the north, they could expect several inches of snow, but further south, ice from freezing rain could also be a major concern. This could cause ice to build up on the power lines, which could lead to long-term power outages. Texas, North Carolina, and South Carolina, they've all declared states of emergency, and energy companies, they are mobilizing additional utility crews in preparation. And this storm is expected to cause some major travel troubles as well at local airports. Many airlines are issuing travel alerts and allowing customers to change their flights without penalty. Delta, Frontier, American, United, JetBlue, Spirit, and Southwest, they're waiving those change fees for travel this weekend through Monday in anticipation of the storm's impact. And we want to mention that you can always find those up-to-date alerts anytime our extended coverage of this winter storm and all the travel delays we're going to see. You can scan the QR code on your screen to get those updates. Fox 35 investigates. A 72-hour notice. That is how long residents at an apartment complex in Altamont Springs were given to get out. They were told by management. The city said the buildings needed to be evacuated due to mandatory building renovations. Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie is hearing from the city manager now. Thank you so much, Hannah. And this story, by the way, it came to Fox 35 News because of you. If you've got a tip like this or a great story to share, you can always email fox35news@fox.com. In Volusia County, a super speeder arrested, accused of racing down I-4 at 130 miles per hour. Troopers say that 29-year-old Eric Wallace was clocked going 60 miles over the speed limit. They tell us that they spotted him weaving in and out of traffic in the middle of the day yesterday. Turns out he is not from Florida. He's from North Carolina. Wallace was arrested and taken to jail. In Flagler County, a burglar suspect busted. Deputies say the suspect's blood helped them track him down. We're told that he cut himself with a stolen knife when he tried to steal a car. 2 days after deputies got a warrant for his arrest, Joshua Davis turned himself in. And right now, police need your help finding a peeping Tom caught on camera in Sanford. Police shared this doorbell video showing the man peering into the front windows of a home near Laurel Avenue and 12th Street. This happened back on December 23rd around 12:30 in the morning. But police say it's not the first time. The suspect was last seen draped in a green blanket with a duck logo. If you know who this man is, you're asked to call police. New this morning, today marks 20 years since Jennifer Cassie's disappearance. Her family has been dealing with this pain since she disappeared in Orlando back in 2006. Fox 35's Garrett Weimer spoke with that family. Good Day Orlando, by the way, will have extended coverage on that 20th anniversary of Jennifer Cassie's disappearance at 7:45. We're going to be talking to former Orlando Police Chief Orlando Colon, and then at 8:15, Jennifer's parents, Drew and Joyce, right there, Cassie, will be joining us right here on Good Day Orlando to discuss the latest details in the case and their daughter. Now to an update. A front yard oasis in Seminole County is gone. We first told you about the swimming pool project back in October. The county approved it by accident, but turns out it violated county code. This is what the yard looks like now at the home in Maitland along Lakeshore Drive. The construction equipment and the pool are gone. On Thursday, we learned that the county paid the homeowners $40,000 to fill in the pool and avoid any legal issues. We reached out to the homeowners, but did not hear back. Next on Good Day Orlando, time is not up for TikTok. The U.S. and TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance just finalized a deal. Details on the changes you could see on that app. But first, over a dozen tiny critters rescued in Brevard County. How a raccoon rehab is helping get these little ones back into the wild. When we get back.
Jennifer Cassie vanished without a trace.
This was her home here in Orlando, the last place she was seen alive.
Decades passed, but secrets remained.
This is not good. Something's really wrong here.
Her family never gave up.
I miss her every single day.
Whoever did this, are they the luckiest criminal alive?
Now, the breakthrough that could unravel it all. Fox 35 Docs presents Jennifer Cassie 20 years later, tonight at 7.
In Brevard County, a massive raccoon recovery is underway. The moms were relocated and the babies were left behind. So this means more than a dozen of these orphans are being rehabbed at this point. Fox 35's Esther Bauer has a look at how those raccoons are doing. Thank you so much, Esther. It is 4:16, and we are all talking all things winter forecast right now. The U.S. is really going to be dealing with quite a storm. Let's bring in Fox 35 Jessica Dobson to talk more about it. Good morning, Jess.
Hey, yeah, good morning. We are going to be expecting quite the wintry setup. This is going to be something that's significant and impacts so many people. We're talking millions of people in dozens of states for a multitude of reasons. So we're going to get into it here in a moment because it does indirectly impact us in Florida. And we will get a little piece of the puzzle here, but we're going to be talking about that. But here's a live view of Daytona Beach. I want to show you this because we can see a little bit in the way of some fog is trying to develop for a few spots. You'll notice it near the coast of Brevard County especially is where we're seeing some of that trying to take shape there. And you can tell that's a little foggy out there. Not terrible, but just something you want to keep in mind this morning. We could see some spots that are a little more fog prone near rivers or lakes, even if you're maybe heading over the St. Johns River or into Sanford. If you're heading over Lake Monroe there, you could experience some fog. When it comes to what we can expect the rest of today, though, we're going to be seeing a big warm up. We're talking temperatures about 10 degrees above normal, approaching record values in some spots. So it's going to be a very mild day to say the least. So we'll see temperatures go from the mid 50s this morning to right around, say, 77 by noon today. That is a big jump before that high of 80 for this afternoon. Many of us will be in the upper 70s and low 80s. And hey, if you're heading out to the beaches, not too bad of a day for it. We'll see temperatures right around the mid 70s from Daytona Beach to New Smyrna at 74 degrees, 78 in Titusville, 76 Cocoa Beach to Melbourne, 80 in Bithlo, St. Cloud, even 81 in Kissimmee, 81 in Bushnell, and 80 in Claremont. Meanwhile, you'll see a high of 79 today from DeLand to Leesburg, Sanford. So it is going to be a warm one. And as we head throughout this weekend, even warmer, arguably hot, we'll see a high high Sunday of 86 degrees. Yeah, that is a balmy day. It's going to turn breezy though, and we're also going to be expecting increasing shower chances as we head to late Sunday and Monday, and that is going to be out ahead of this next system helping to cool us down, which is actually going to be the remnants of this big winter setup, this winter storm that is going to really just unfold here as we head to the weekend. So if you have travel plans, highly recommend double checking your flights, making adjustments, because this is not going to be weather that's drivable if you're heading anywhere north of Florida, really. So just keep that in mind. But we're going to be on the warmer side of the system as we head to Sunday. Monday, a 40% chance of rain. It's going to be windy as well as a cold front pushes through. So let's talk about that winter system, because they've already issued several alerts out ahead of it. And we'll likely see more of these alerts get issued as we start to see the days go down to hours in terms of the countdown kind of until this begins to unfold, which for a lot of places looks like it's going to be taking place tomorrow and into Sunday. It's going to be a multi-day system, and we have winter storm watches and warnings, cold weather alerts, extreme cold warnings even. So that's just going to indicate how significant this will be, because we're talking about not only in upwards of a foot to possibly some spots 18 inches of snow, but also we're talking about the chance and the potential of significant ice as well. And that ice is what could really throw a wrench into the equation. So when it comes to what to expect for our 7-day forecast, my graphics are just catching up. We're a little sleepy this morning. Here we go. This is our 7-day forecast. We can see we're warm through the weekend. Monday, it's still going to remain breezy, 40% chance of rain. Tuesday, noticeably colder. We'll see temperatures dip down to about 38 degrees for our Tuesday morning low. All right, let's get a check of the roadways and Skyfox traffic for you this morning. And so far, so good on the roadways. It looks like we may have a lingering incident there on the turnpike, but otherwise, other than this stretch, we've been pretty good this morning. So we haven't seen a whole lot in the way of incidents. I've been keeping a close eye, though, on our traffic maps for the potential of fog. So that's going to be something we're watching really closely all throughout the morning as well. I'll try to get some cameras up as well of this incident in particular heading on the turnpike. All right, it's 4:20. We'll be right back with more Good Day Orlando coming up next in just a few minutes.
Welcome back. As pressure mounts to address rising housing costs, President Trump is proposing a plan which would place some restrictions on large firm investors. It's an idea that Democrats say they've already been working on. Fox News' Mike Emanuel has more. In your Business Watch, markets finished higher on Thursday. Take a look at this. All three major indices green across the board, each closing more than 0.5% higher. And it is official. TikTok is staying in the United States, but it will soon look a bit different. The social video platform company finalized a deal. This is to create a new American version of the app. The company says the new app will operate under defined safeguards that protect national security. Adam Presser, TikTok's previous head of operations, will lead the new venture as the CEO. And President Donald Trump is suing J.P. Morgan Chase and its CEO, Jamie Dimon. The $5 billion lawsuit accuses the financial institution of closing the president's accounts for political reasons. The president said the bank closed his accounts this month after his first presidency. J.P. Morgan says the lawsuit has no merit. And about 1.5 million bottles of a popular household cleaning product are under a recall alert. Heads up here. According to the FDA, the Angry Orange enzyme stain removers, they could be contaminated with a potentially harmful bacteria. So some bottles were also sold as part of a bundle with a UV light spray attachment. They were sold at major retailers like Walmart, Target, Staples, and TJ Maxx. And we could be seeing some driverless robo-taxis on the road soon. Here's the thing. Tesla CEO Elon Musk telling a crowd at the World Economic Forum that the company will have a widespread network of these robo-taxis in the U.S. by the end of 2026. They just hit the road in Austin, Texas this past June, with human safety supervisors on board. The company also launched a ride-hailing service in California. Stay with us out there. We've got much more news, weather, and traffic headed your way after the break.
Celebrate local heroes with the Fox 35 Care Force. Send us your nominations now.
Good Day Orlando, sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Live from Fox 35 News, you're watching Good Day Orlando.
Welcome back, everyone, to Fox 35 News at 4:30. Happy Friday out there. I'm Stephanie Rivas, and here are the top stories we're following for you today. Millions of Americans are preparing right now for a potentially historic winter storm. The system is expected to bring heavy snow and ice, causing major travel delays and possible power outages. We're monitoring the local impacts. Plus, a peeping Tom on the prowl. A man is seen on camera peeking into some windows. We're going to hear from a woman who says he's been there before. And Fox 35 exclusively sitting down with a man armed with a toolbox who saved a boy attacked at a bus stop. What he says was running through his mind when he stepped in to save him. Before we get to those top stories, let's bring in Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson. Hi, Jess.
Hi, good morning. Happy Friday.
I know, happy Friday, and definitely going to be a very busy Friday, I will say, as we're following so much going on with the forecast.
Bottom line, make sure you're double checking your flights, your travel plans, whatever it might be, because it is going to be hard to travel. It's in some spots impossible. We're talking feet of snow, over a foot of snow in some places. Ice, even if you have four-wheel drive, you cannot travel and drive over ice. That's just the reality. So a couple of reminders for you there. Downtown Orlando, they're looking quite nice this morning, but I will say if you look closely along the horizon, you can see it looks like some lower hanging clouds, some patchy fog, a blanket of fog trying to set up. So that is going to be a possibility for us this morning in a few areas. But when it comes to temperatures, we are mild. That's one of the reasons why we are seeing some of that fog. 59 degrees right now in Orlando and Titusville, as well as New Smyrna to Sanford, 58 in Bithlo, 56 in DeLand, 51 in Ocala to Palm Coast. So we are seeing temperatures that are pretty nice this morning. We have just a couple clouds overhead that's helping to keep those warmer temperatures in place. And when we get you out the door on this 22nd now, or 22nd, 23rd, I'm losing track now. When it comes to getting you out the door, it's Friday. We know that much. We're looking at patchy fog. It'll be possible just for a few minor areas. Otherwise, we'll be seeing mild temperatures up to 59 by 8 a.m. and then 10 a.m. we're warming up almost to 70 by 10 a.m. So it is going to be a warm day, decent amount of sunshine too. But coming up, we have some big changes on the way that are indirectly impacted or indirectly related to that winter storm that's unfolding across the U.S. So I'll have the details on that coming up here in just a little bit. But until then, I'll send it back over to you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Jess. Happening now, preparations are being made in over a dozen states ahead of that major winter storm that Jess has been telling us about. States to the north, they could expect several inches of snow, but further south, ice from the freezing rain could be a major concern. This could cause ice to build up on the power lines, which could lead to long-term power outages. Texas, North Carolina, and South Carolina, they've all declared states of emergency, and energy companies are mobilizing additional utility crews to respond. This storm is expected to cause major travel troubles as well at local airports. Many airlines are issuing travel alerts and allowing customers to change their plans without penalty. I just took a look at FlightAware, and going in and out of Orlando International, there are 7 delays right now and 7 cancellations. We'll continue to keep you updated on that here at Good Day Orlando. We also want to mention that Delta, Frontier, American, United, JetBlue, Spirit, and Southwest, they are all waiving those change fees if you want to change your flight through Monday. All of this is in anticipation of the storm's impact. Now you can find up-to-date alerts, extended coverage on this winter storm, and those travel delays on our free Fox Local app. You can scan that QR code right there on your screen and have it handy on your cell phone. Developing now. A homeowner is living in fear. Sanford police say this man right here was caught on camera looking through the windows of the house. Fox 35's Chancellor Wynn tells us more. Developing now. An Orlando City Commissioner fighting back after being issued a ticket. Police say that she broke the law after the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. So this new video here showing that Shan Rose's interaction with an officer. Take a look.
You're impeding the flow of traffic, ma'am. I need you to move your vehicle. The road is blocked right there.
You hear how aggressive he's getting, Chief? I'm the commissioner. I live in Paramore. You can't tell me I can't go home. Y'all impeding traffic. You're not even making people, you're not even allowing me to go straight.
Nobody's going that way, ma'am.
Police police wrote up the ticket accusing Commissioner Rose of impeding traffic and refusing to follow a temporary traffic pattern during a road closure. The officer on the scene told the commissioner that she was blocking cars from leaving the game. The officer told her an alternative route to get to her house. We spoke to the commissioner about this ordeal.
And I said, well, what if I don't have a toll pass? And he's like, oh, well, you'll just get on the road and they'll send you a pay-by-plate. And I'm like, so here we are forcing residents. Again, think about the disenfranchised, the community, and you're forcing people on a highway, right? There are some people who hate highways, are scared of highways, who live in the local community, and you're forcing them on a highway.
We reached out to Orlando Police Department for a comment on this. We've yet to hear back. And some new details now. This man is accused of killing 3 tourists, as you know, in Kissimmee. And now the state attorney says he should have been behind bars. He was charged with attempted murder 5 years ago, but never went to prison. Back in 2021, Ahmed Boja shot a stranger, put 9 bullets into a car at a gas station. He was found not guilty by reason of insanity. As part of his release, he had to see a therapist for outpatient treatment. But he stopped going when the price of the appointments went from $7 a month to $156 a month. State Attorney Monique Worrell says violating the conditions of his release should have triggered an investigation, putting him back behind bars, but the treatment center never reported it.
Questions as to why it didn't happen in this case, I think, would have to be directed towards the case manager and the agency who is responsible for his supervision.
Worrell says that she would have preferred if Boja had been involuntarily committed after his acquittal, but her office is bound by Florida law, she says. Boja is currently behind bars, charged with 3 counts of murder. Next up on Good Day Orlando, snow in Florida. Big question mark. We're taking a trip to the perfect spot to catch those wintertime vibes when we get back.
Jennifer Kesse vanished without a trace.
This was her home here in Orlando, the last place she was seen alive.
Decades passed, but secrets remained.
I miss her every single day.
Now, the breakthrough that could unravel it all. Fox 35 Docs presents Jennifer Kesse, tonight at 7.
Celebrate Lunar 2026.
Orlando's premier Lunar New Year Festival.
Saturday, January 31st from noon to 9.
For ticket information, visit celebratelunar.com.
Get the luxury you deserve at Lexus of Winter Park and Lexus of Orlando. Like the 2025 IS 350 F Sport, right now just $425 a month. So come see us today and get the luxury you deserve. 1-800-NEW-LEXUS.
As viewers get to know me more, I hope that we can build a relationship that's fueled by trust. Every day, I have their best interests at heart. I'll see you weekdays starting at 4 a.m. on Good Day Orlando.
Welcome back. Happening now, you still have a chance to see snow in Florida. If you're wondering where, there's a place called Snowcat Ridge, and Fox 35's Lauren Margolis shows us the magic behind this icy Florida fun. Take a look. Lauren, you're making snow look really fun. It's 4:46 right now. Unfortunately, as we're going into this Friday morning, Jess, man, snow is going to be not so fun for so much of the U.S.
So much of the U.S. I mean, we are really going to be talking about this for probably the next week, just because not only is it the snow, but we also have ice. We have dangerously cold temperatures. The ice could lead to power outages, and people can be left without power in these dangerously cold temperatures. It's like there are layers to this.
There's going to be a lot to watch, and it's impacting us in a really strange way. We're getting hotter.
Yes, so we are actually going to be getting quite warm, coming close likely to records in some spots as we head towards this weekend. So if you are a fan of the warmer weather, I mean, we're talking well into the mid 80s. So we'll get into it here in a moment. I did want to show you a live view overlooking the port. We've had some cruise ships rolling in this morning. We've been watching out for some patchy fog. I've only been able to detect a couple areas with some minor fog, but it could intensify as we head throughout the morning. So just keep that in mind if you're heading out the door. Maybe not a bad idea to give yourself a couple of extra minutes. We'll see temperatures though this morning go from right around the mid 50s all the way up to 69 as early as 10 a.m. before eventually a high of 80 degrees as we head to this afternoon in Orlando. Lots of sunshine today too. Partly partly to mostly sunny sky. It's going to be gorgeous out there, feeling very spring-like and unusually warm for this time of year. So we'll see temperatures across the board in the mid to upper 70s and low 80s, closer to the mid 70s near the coast. That's expected. 78 your high today in Titusville, 76 from Cocoa Beach to Melbourne, 74 in New Smyrna Beach and Daytona Beach, and 76 in Palm Coast. Meanwhile, further inland, we are going to be right around the low 80s, maybe a degree or two either side of 80 degrees. 80 in Orlando, Bithlo, Claremont, 79 in Leesburg to the land and Sanford, 80 in the Villages, even 81 in Bushnell. So it's going to be a warm day. And as we head into this weekend, we are going to be tracking a cold front that's going to move in late Sunday night, bringing with it some scattered showers, gusty winds, and more importantly, some colder temperatures for us. And it's actually going to be the remnants of that system that's raking its way across parts of the southeastern U.S. And I mean, it's spanning thousands of miles. So 80 will be our high tomorrow, 86 by Sunday, and it's going to be a little breezy as well. Winds are going to be kicking up out ahead of that front. And it's going to be, honestly, Sunday is going to be quite nice ahead of those showers that are set to arrive. So these showers are going to arrive as we head towards late Sunday night, early Monday morning. And again, these are all a part of that front that's going to be pushing through, and the same system bringing a lot of that snow, ice, and cold temperatures working its way across the southeast. So as we head to Monday morning, this is looking ahead towards around 5 a.m. Some scattered showers are going to be possible. And then looking ahead towards around 9 a.m. Monday morning, we'll still be seeing some lingering showers, it appears, before the cold really sets in as we head towards Monday afternoon and evening, and especially Tuesday. Tuesday morning lows dipping down into the 30s and 40s, maybe a few spots even in the 20s. So when it comes to that winter weather system, this winter storm, I should say, that's setting up shop, yeah, it is certainly going to be bringing us some impacts, as or at least across the U.S. We'll definitely see some travel impacts at the very least. Where you see that bright shade of pink, that's where we have a winter storm warning already in place, and things are really going to be lighting up here within the next 24 to 48 hours. Looking at our forecast, so here at home, I mean, we're really just going to be seeing kind of this cold snap unfold as we head towards Tuesday, and temperatures will rebound gradually as we head towards middle parts of next week, but 58 will be our high Tuesday with that morning low of 38. All right, let's get a look now at the roadways and Skyfox traffic for you this morning. It's 4:49, almost 4:50 on the dot there, and we're looking at drive times that are in the green, which is some good news for us on this Friday morning. Smooth sailing so far, so good. I-4 eastbound heading in from Champions Gate to downtown, 23 minutes, and same for Deltona to downtown, right on time as well at 23 minutes. So we're in the green. Hopefully we can keep it that way for a nice looking Friday morning, but of course we'll let you know if that changes. But until then, I'll send it back over to you, Stephanie.
Next on Good Day Orlando, the race for gold is on as nominations for the Oscars were just announced, and one movie is already making history. See who is in the running for the film's biggest awards.
Good Day Orlando, sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome back. There are a ton of activities happening all across Central Florida this weekend. First, a new exhibit is opening at the Orlando Science Center tomorrow. Mission Astronaut is going to let guests experience what it's like to live, work, and explore beyond Earth. The exhibit features hands-on challenges and real NASA footage. Guests can train like an astronaut, experiment like a scientist through 6 immersive zones. The exhibit will stick around through May. Meanwhile, the 5th annual Science on Tap Beer Festival is making a return to the Orlando Science Center. The outdoor, family-friendly fundraiser features local brews, food, and hands-on science experiments. It also supports Orlando Science Center's mission to inspire science learning for all. And SeaWorld Orlando is gearing up for Just for Kids weekend. The event features meet and greets, the return of the Sesame Street Party Parade, and a special DJ dance party, and of course, photo ops with furry and feathered friends. The event runs tomorrow and Sunday, and it is included with regular park admission. I see Elmo there too. And finally, come on Barbie, let's go party. The Barbie Sports Club Tour is on the road and headed to Altamont Springs. The truck is going to be stopped at the Altamont Mall tomorrow, and it will have active-inspired apparel, accessories, and cups, all with the Barbie logo, of course, and fun colors. The truck is there from 10 to 7 near the Shoe Carnival. In your entertainment news, the Oscar nominations, they're out, and one film set a record for getting the most nods ever. Sinners is making history with a record 16 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture. The previous record was 14 for Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another, not far behind with 13 nominations. Other top films included Frankenstein, Sentimental Value, and Marty Supreme. Lots of people are also talking about the biggest snub of the Oscars. Wicked for Good did not receive a single nomination. The ceremony will be held on March 15th. Good Day Orlando, by the way, is just getting started on this Friday morning. We're going to be right back with more news, weather, and traffic headed your way. We'll see you then.